Stand clear. Doors are closing. Train is about to move.
One, two, three times. Now I'm not going to play any kind of obvious music because it's too horrific, man. It's just yes, you can think of that obvious Alfred Hitchcock thing, but there's nothing funny about this. Now I will tell you that, um, and I think everybody remembers the one video I talked about. My fucked up Friday Night Adventure. I will put a link in the description. Actually, you know what? I'll put a link in a pinned comment so everybody can find it much faster. But I think you all might remember this one. How many people viewed this one? 41. I think this should be more than 41 because this gets back to my point. Now, supposing this is North Carolina. If this was South Carolina, Nancy Mace would have been all over this like the hardest bitch you ever seen. Because you know Nancy Mace is on X. She, I think, is running for senator of South Carolina. And even though this is not her state, she would be all over this. And you understand that Nancy Mace, as right wing as she is all for women's rights and defending women's rights. I mean, she worked hard to make sure women and men do not have the same bathroom. Like they can't just go in there. There are still unisex bathrooms in California. Go figure. That's how it is. I'm going to say that as woke as California is, we do have an ample supply of, and as dumb as Gavin Newsom is and Karen Bass with their peddling of their preaching and shit, we have a lot of Metro officers and we have a lot of police. And of course, as Joey Diaz says, you don't want to be around when police officers have like guns the size of Rambo and drug sniffing dogs. It's dangerous. You don't want to be around that kind of thing. You don't want to be in that kind of predicament. But it's unavoidable. You have to watch everything around you. And even though this Maestro Politico is on a Sunday, actually it's on a Monday morning, but I wanted to talk about this. I talk about things that might concern me. Okay, while everybody else, you see people on their phones. These poor people have no idea until it happens. Okay, now they don't show. That footage is never released to anybody. And community guidelines. I'm sure some piece of shit's got it somewhere, but these people are on their phones. These people here, they have no fucking clue. Even though, like, when I would take the Metro Blue line or the Red line, I most of the time I'm not on my phone. But if I am on my phone, I'm also looking around. I have to look what's up behind me, what's to my right, what's to my left, what's in front of me, and you still can't stop it. But I always kind of reflected upon this like Columbine. Columbine, it was like Mayberry. It was like the Garden of Eden before the snake came around, right? Everybody was happy. You were happy to go to school. All the white kids were happy to go to school. And then two stupid white kids had to ruin it, had to ruin the utopia. It's like all of a sudden there are dangerous people about. And you now have to go through metal. I think they still have metal detectors at Columbine. I could double check that. Metal detectors. They have police officers. A police presence is high. Kids cannot just skip school. You have to be safe, and the parents have to make sure their kids are safe. If you're a parent, there's just what can prepare you for this shit. Now, I'm gonna say something, okay, and it sounds racist, but for anybody who's an actor who's watching my videos, it's usually black people that start shit on those trains. Usually black people. That don't mean nobody else. It just means it's usually black people. Now, I've seen some nice black people that look like they go to a jazz music festival. They got a nice suit and tie on. Maybe they're going to go to a 4-star restaurant, treat their family members out, some college students, but mostly black people who mind their own. If I see you moving and shucking and jiving and bobbing and weaving like you're Muhammad Ali, but you're not throwing a punch yet. If you look like you're gonna go and jump on people and shit. If you're or that one big fat one black dude looks like a sumo wrestler, but he had just a towel on and nothing else. Yeah, you might be a fucking problem. Okay? I mean, some people are just a nuisance. Okay? having dealt with what I had to deal with to go see Kate Quigley at the Ice House a couple of years ago, can you understand why I am always turned? And by the way, there was that stabbing incident on the Montebello bus, the number 10, where somebody got stabbed by some dude. You got to watch everybody and everything. I had my, one time I had my scooter, my large wheel scooter, and there were a bunch of kids and somebody took my damn scooter off the Gold Line train on the Metro trains. I had it stolen years ago. How fucked up was that? This is way worse, but how fucked up are things on the trains and buses? As Joey Diaz says, you go there, you go on the subways like you're 50, like it could be your last day. Yeah, if the $3 in your pocket aren't so bad. I just cashed in my lottery ticket, got seven. I think I got a Sacagawea dollar and one in a five. That doesn't feel so bad. If I won the Red Ball, I would have gotten $100. That would have been a good day. But you look at the people begging on the trains. You look at people who are peddling like soda and chips, and then there are these people here. And I mean, the vendors are all colors: white, black, brown. Everybody's trying to sell something. My own people are like sell like leather belts. So I guess we have some customs, beaded bags and made out of little beads and stuff. We try to be like, oh, look at this cute shit we sell. It's ridiculous. And getting on your phone is not the most important thing. You're not at your house, and this girl did not deserve to die. I'll tell you that right now. This is shit. This is not the way. I don't know what. I don't know, maybe he felt annoyed by people on their phones, but there were two other people on their fucking phones. I mean, he just did this because he felt like it? Ridiculous. Commonplace things I deal with on the Los Angeles trains are black people yelling to themselves. Now, on the Metro link, I don't think, has anybody ever experienced a problem that might have come close to this on the Metro links? Write in the comments below. Metro trains and subways, people just jump on the trains. They don't give a shit. But like, you have to pay a ticket to go on. And more often than not, the conductor does check your tickets on the Metro links. So I don't know. I know a little bit, those trains a little bit better than I did before. The first time I went to like Palmdale or all the way north. Kind of a country, kind of a gravel area where Latinos live. And I learned that Latinos don't just live in counties, we live in other areas. I learned a lot. This is sad, but something must be done. And I noticed that the Associated Press did not cover this. Now, what would the news do? What would the news always do? They would, if it was a white dude attacking a black girl like this, they would be up and down. This would be the news story of the fucking day, and they would cover it 10 times till Sunday. And then they would cover it again just to make sure, in case you forgot you saw it last week. The Associated Press did not cover this. They covered George Floyd. They did not cover this. That's how it is. They're very biased. But a lot of people are biased. There are just bad people and good people on both sides. But this kind of thing has to stop. And I guarantee you Nancy Mace will say something to whoever the governor is or the senator is for North Carolina, because she's not going to tolerate that kind of shit. She's going to fight. You know she's going to say something. So I don't have much to say about this, other than I don't like to go on the trains in the middle of the night. The only exception I made for that was to go to my job. And when you're with people who take their 8-hour shifts and job, they're not doing this crazy shit. Like 99% of the time, they're with you mentally. They're like, we're on the same moral side. We just want to go home, sleep for about 5 hours, and have to go back to work again. We don't got time to be putting a hit on people on the trains and the buses. I don't need that. Rest in peace to whoever you were. I still was offended by those two women who saw me on the opposite sides of the car, by the way. Keep in mind, I was on one side of the train, and those two middle-aged, like, Karens were on the other side of the train. They saw me, and they got off the train car. I'm like, really? You really think I'm the worst person? You really think I'm the worst person? Don't be around here. Don't be around Southern California. If you think I'm the worst man that you could ever be around, don't even assume any authority. Fuck off. Get the fuck off of YouTube. Get the fuck off of social media. Get the fuck off of life. If you cannot handle me as a human being, there's something wrong with you. Okay? I understand I'm a male. We guys can't be trusted. But if you think I'm the worst, no, 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 love. There are way worse men that you spread your legs for, that those men will slap you around silly, uh, like a love tap compared to what this guy does. You gotta be kidding me. Now let's go to something lighter. Now this is a month old. Dave, who is retired, has been retired for the last 10 years. It's the 10th anniversary of his retirement. And he does these kind of little podcasts in between, recycling clips of the Late Show, his original Late Show. So between that and what we have here, so here's something that he says here. Now he defends Stephen Colbert, even though I find him more entertaining than Leno.
Me, 60 Minutes, the pinnacle of journalistic excellence and integrity for decades, and many of those decades, the number one viewed show in America. They've decided, oh, we're sorry, you let us give you $20 million and we'll be more careful.
That was also shocking.
Yeah.
Dave, I love you. You're more entertaining than Jay Leno. Even though you had an extramarital affair on your wife and you put your mistress up on stage often as the writer. Good luck out there to what's her name, Burkett. What's her name, Stephanie Burkett, whatever. But Dave, I mean, I like Dave more than Jay Leno, if you really had to ask me. But this isn't an allegation or an accusation of what 60 Minutes did wrong. They got caught. They got caught twice. Okay, first with Kamala Harris, then with Kristi Noem. Okay, there's videotape. Okay, we saw what they did. Okay, they said, "Look, hey, what's that over there? What's that?" And then they switched glasses of drinks with the poison drink. You know what I mean? You got caught. They did this again. Okay, now although this is a bit old, here's Dave, denying all this stuff. Look, with Stephen Colbert, he could throw his writers or staff under the bus and say he was completely right wing, but there was propaganda to go along with the. Jay Leno had it right. We shouldn't be like biased. You can make fun of both candidates and give it equal time, but why do that? Why try to do this kind of bullshit? So they got caught. Anyway, the whole vaccine thing, the whole vaccine with Stephen Colbert, nobody wants that. Nobody wants to be pushed into something. I miss the days Conan O'Brien would throw his hair over his face, pout his lips, and go, "You fired." He would do the whole Apprentice Donald Trump. "You fired. You fired." That was just making fun of Trump at a superficial level. It was a roast joke at Trump that Trump could sit there at a dinner and watch and have a laugh. That was back then. That was in the 2000s. We're in 2025, and everybody has this. Still, I don't know who has this syndrome feeling left. But it's a crazy fucking world. And I hope you all stay safe. Keep your back. Watch your 6. Watch your 9. Watch your 3. Watch your 12 when you're on the trains. And don't believe everything those motherfuckers tell you on the news. You know what I mean? That's all there is to it. Maestro Drake signing out. Have a good week.